Hi guys, what is up? It is Alex here, and today we're going to be bringing you a preview of the next Barcelona test coming up this week for the 2013 cars for Formula 1. And I'm very interested to see what's going to be happening in this next Barcelona test, because in the last test, the previous test here, it was quite interesting. We had our first day, I think, in rainy conditions, or where there was a lot of rain, and that actually gave the teams a lot of valuable information about the wet tyres. And Jenson Button, I think, said on his Twitter he got more information out of that one day than he did out of the whole of the 2012 season, so that's interesting to hear. But what I wanted to do quickly is go over the first Barcelona test times and read you out the top 5 times and the top 5 drivers. I know you can't really read into the times, but these top sort of 5 times are pretty close and pretty interesting to see here. Now, first up, we've got Sergio Perez, who's actually fastest overall in the combined time for the first Barcelona test, doing a 1:21.848. Second place was Fernando Alonso, driving his Ferrari, clocking in a 1:21.875. Very close to Sergio Perez, but didn't quite get the fastest spot over the whole test. Then third was Nico Hülkenberg, doing a 1:22.160. Fourth was Romain Grosjean, doing a 1:22.188. And in 5th position was Sebastian Vettel, clocking in a time very similar to Hülkenberg and Grosjean, doing a 1:22.197, and those top 5 were pretty close. And I know a lot of people say don't read into the testing times, they don't mean anything. And most of them I do agree with that, but the fact that there are a couple of cars very close in testing on probably pretty similar fuel loads shows us that it's going to be a pretty close season, and I'm going to be happy with that. And as long as it's a nice close season, I don't really mind too much, and as long as it's fun for the viewer, I don't really mind what really happens. Hopefully just not as many crashes as we saw last year, and yeah, it should be a lot better. But yes, this test day is coming up. What are we going to learn from it? Well, I think we're actually going to learn what cars are actually on pace and what cars are not on pace, because it should show us what cars are fast, which cars are slow, and it should show us what cars are going to be unreliable or whatever, because we've seen already that the Mercedes and the McLaren haven't been the most reliable cars. So that might show us that near the sort of start of the season, maybe near the end of the season, I don't really know, that these cars maybe aren't as good as we see them, because we see these Mercedes and the McLaren very fast cars at the moment, but you just don't see them as the most reliable. So that might hit them in the backside later on in the rest of the season. But hopefully for them, they can be up there with the Red Bull and the Ferrari, and hopefully they can be competitive. And yeah, I can hope to see that this test will show us a lot about the McLaren and the Mercedes. So yeah, as I've said, that's what I think we're going to be seeing in this second Barcelona test. I think we're just going to see some teams going for some really fast hot laps and finding out the real potential of their car, because I'm sure a lot of the teams actually know what their potential of the car is, but I'm sure they want to test it on the track, show what they can do. Because if we remember back to last year, Sebastian Vettel was fastest in a couple of these Barcelona tests, and that showed near the end of the season that the Red Bull was a fast car. Just needed a couple of modifications throughout the season to show that it was fast. And as Jenson Button said, he was quoting Adrian Newey, that it's not about being fast at the start of the season, it's being about fast and consistent throughout the whole season. And that's what McLaren and definitely Red Bull, Ferrari, Lotus, Mercedes, all those top teams need to do to be a shot for the title. So guys, I think the teams are going to be going for really fast lap times. I'm not sure what else they're going to be finding out. Maybe if it rains, they're going to be finding out a lot about the wet weather tyres. But yeah, I'm excited for this F1 test. Hopefully it's going to be an entertaining one. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about this test, what you think the teams are going to learn, and what you think they're not going to learn. So, as I said, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching this video. I appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you in the next couple of days for some more F1 2012 content. So yeah, have a wonderful day. It's been Alex out here. Goodbye.